Have you ever wondered if the way you outlook yourself now might not be the way your body actually needs it, especially after 60? You are not alone, in fact. This is one of the most common questions you hear from older men. Not just about whether it is still okay to masturbate, but how to do it safely, respectfully, and in a way that actually supports your health instead of draining it. I am Rena Malik. I have worked with thousands of men just like you. Men want to stay connected to their bodies, feel confident in their sexuality, and age with dignity and strength. And in today's video, we are going to talk about something rarely discussed, but incredibly important. How to masturbate safely after 60 and the 3 big mistakes you should absolutely avoid. This is not about shame. This is not about performance. This is about protecting your circulation, your prostate, your hormones, and your emotional well-being. So, if you have ever felt unsure about what is normal or what is safe, you are in the right place. Let us begin with why this even matters in the first place. First, I want to reassure you of something important. Masturbation is not only normal. It is genuinely healthy, especially as we grow older. You see, as years pass, many men begin to question whether their body still needs this kind of release, or worse, they start to feel ashamed for still wanting it. But here is the truth. Regular, gentle self-stimulation is one of the simplest and most natural ways to support your male health. After 60, it helps keep blood circulating through the penis. It nourishes the prostate. It lowers stress hormones, and it even helps improve sleep quality by calming the nervous system. But, and this is a critical point, the way your body responds to touch in your 60s or 70s is very different from how it did in your 20s or 30s. And there is no shame in that. It is not a failure. It is biology. As we age, our skin becomes thinner. The nerve endings that once fired instantly now take a little more coaxing. And the blood vessels, especially in sensitive areas, can be more reactive and easily strained. That is why your approach to self-pleasure needs to evolve along with your body. This is not about using more force or kissing intensity like you once might have. It is about tuning in, being mindful, being present, listening to your body with care instead of treating it like a machine you need to fix. When you slow down and engage with yourself in a more thoughtful way, the experience becomes not only more pleasurable, but far more beneficial to your long-term health. Many men never hear this. No one teaches them that the old patterns might not serve their body anymore. So they keep doing what they have always done, and they end up feeling frustrated, disconnected, or even a little bruised physically and emotionally. But the moment you realize your body just wants something different now, something's lower, kinder, more nourishing, that is when things begin to shift. That is when a new kind of pleasure becomes available, a kind that feels deeply connected and restorative. And that brings us to the first mistake that so many men make, often without realizing it. The first major mistake is one I see again and again, rushing. And while it might seem like a small thing, I want you to really pause and consider it because the impact of rushing through self-pleasure at this age is bigger than most men realize. A lot of older men treat masturbation as something they need to get over. It becomes a habit off speed done quickly with tension, often in silence and secrecy. But the truth is this kind of rushed stimulation can quickly begin working against you, especially after 60. Here is what happens when you rush. Your nervous system remains in a state of alertness. Your blood vessels constrict instead of expanding. Your heart rate may rise, but not in a healthy, relaxed way, more in a stressed, shallow breathing kind of way. Your brain is still scanning for danger or interruption, and instead of receiving deep, nourishing blood flow to the penis, your body stays on edge. This prevents you from truly relaxing into sensation. And the result, you might end up feeling unsatisfied. You might feel a little sore. Or worse, you may find it harder and harder to even reach arousal at all. When this becomes a repeated pattern, your body gets trained to associate touch with tension, not with safety, not with calm. And that means the arousal process, which should be smooth and enjoyable, becomes more mechanical, more rigid, and less responsive. The good news is that this can absolutely be changed, and it starts with a simple shift. Give yourself more time, even just a few extra minutes to slow down. Take a few deep breaths and actually arrive in the moment can change everything. You do not need to turn it into a spa ritual unless you want to, but creating a small window where you are not being pulled in 5 directions, not checking your phone, not waiting to be interrupted, tells your body it is safe to let go. And when your body feels safe, the blood vessels soften, the nerves awaken, the tissues become responsive again. And that, my friend, is when true satisfaction happens. Not through pressure, not through speed, but through presence. Through giving your body the gentle attention it has been quietly asking for all along. The second mistake, and this is a common one, often developed over time without even realizing it, is using too much pressure. I cannot stress this enough. Many men, especially after 50 or 60, begin to grip more tightly or move more aggressively during self-stimulation. Sometimes it is out of habit. Some it is because the body feels a little less sensitive and they are just trying to feel something. But while the intention makes sense, the result can cause more harm than good in the long run. Here is the thing. The penis is not just skin and muscle. It is made up of delicate sponge-like blood vessels, sensitive nerve endings, and connective tissue that is designed to respond best to steady, gentle stimulation. When you use a tight grip repeatedly, it creates friction, compression, and strain on those tissues. Over time, this can lead to decreased sensitivity where the nerves stop responding the way they used to. Some men even develop what has been informally called death grip syndrome, where their body becomes trained to only respond to one very specific type of pressure and motion, usually their own hand. This makes it much harder to enjoy intimacy with a partner or to experience sexual arousal. It can also lead to soreness, irritation, or tiny tears in skin that you may not even notice at first. And if that area becomes inflamed or damaged, it can make future stimulation less comfortable, less enjoyable, and more stressful. That creates a cycle, and it is one you can absolutely break. The solution is all about gentleness. Try loosening your grip just a little. If it feels strange at first, that is okay. It might take a few days or weeks for your body to adapt, but it will. You can also use a natural, unscented lubricant to reduce friction and protect the skin. Focus more on how the experience feels rather than trying to get it done. Breathe deeply. Relax your body. And think of this not as a race or a task, but as a kind of therapeutic massage, something meant to keep your tissue healthy, your circulation flowing, and your mind in sync with your body. The more you approach this time with patience and kindness, the more rewarding it becomes. You do not have to force pleasure. You just have to allow it in the right conditions. Now, the third mistake might catch you off guard because it has nothing to do with how you touch your body. It has everything to do with how you feel about it. And ignoring the emotional side of self-pleasure is something many older men have done for years, without realizing the impact. Because let us face it, most of us were never taught that our emotions and our hormones are connected. That our thoughts, our memories, our stress levels, they all shape how we experience seduction and arousal. For some men, this house up as shame. Maybe you were raised to believe that masturbation was wrong, dirty, or something you should hide. For others, it is about the changes that come with age, the way your body looks, the way it responds, how long it takes, and slowly these thoughts can become great sources of stress. You start wondering, am I normal? Is this okay? And instead of finding comfort in the experience, you feel tension, guilt, or even avoidance. But here is what is important to remember. Emotions that are pushed down do not just go away. They get stored in the body, in the muscles, in the breath, even in the way your blood flows. Over time, this emotional weight can lead to performance anxiety, disconnection from your body, even depression. And for many men, that loss of connection turns into a loss of desire. Not because their body can respond, but because their heart gnawing her. Feel safe in the experience. So what can you do? First, start with compassion. Remind yourself that this isn't about performance or proving anything. This is about connection, healing, taking care of yourself in a deeply personal way. And if you find that difficult, that is okay to talk to someone. It could be a doctor, a therapist, even a friend who understands what you are going through. There is nothing weak about needing support. In fact, it takes strength to open up about something this personal. You deserve to feel safe in your own skin. You deserve to enjoy your body, no matter your age. And being honest about your emotions can be one of the most powerful steps toward it. It is not just about physical release. It is about self-respect. And it starts with letting go of shame and replacing it with understanding. Now that we have walked through the 3 biggest mistakes, let us focus on something hopeful. How to create a healthy, safe, and satisfying self-care routine that includes masturbation. One that supports your health, honors your experience, and feels good in every sense of the word. Start with cleanliness. Make sure your hands are clean. If you use any tools, cloths, or towels, keep them clean. 2, try to create a space that feels quiet and calm, somewhere you can be alone, undistracted, and relaxed. Use a natural, fragrance-free lubricant to protect the skin and make things smoother. And always, always pay attention to what your body is telling you. If you feel pain, discomfort, tightness, or notice any changes like swelling, sores, or irritation, do not ignore it. These could be signs of something deeper like inflammation, circulatory issues, or even a condition related to your prostate. And a doctor can help. But when done gently and mindfully, this practice can become a source of health. And if you are feeling unsure or like you are just beginning gagaing after years of disconnect, that is perfectly okay. Many men rediscover their connection to their bodies in their 60s or 70s. It is not regression. It is evolution. It is learning what your body needs now, not what it used to need. And that is a beautiful thing. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are simply in a new phase of life. One that asks for more care, more attention, and more kindness. And when you respond to your body with that kind of care, it will respond back often in powerful and beautiful ways. So tonight or whenever you feel ready, give yourself the gift of attention. Not performance, not pressure, just presence. You deserve that. And if you found this helpful, please consider subscribing because your body still matters. Your pleasure still matters, and your confidence is worth protecting. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and take good care of.